Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let's go. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yo, what's good, everybody? Hopefully everybody's having a good one, man. We got that dub. 20-10, man. Just checking a few things, getting some shit ready. Hopefully everyone's having a good one. Comments in the building. What up, everybody? Yo, hopefully everybody's having a good one, man. Welcome to Raider Nation Live. I'm your host, Lo. I'm gonna be I think I'm lonely today, man. I don't know. So if it's only gonna be me, man, I'll be in and out real quick. Hopefully everybody's having a good one, man. Just in case you guys missed it, we ended up winning yesterday, 20-10. Man, it was a tough watch. It was a tough watch for me. I know a lot of people are happy with the dub, and I'm not gonna spoil anything about like saying like, oh well, because if you really look at the whole overall everything, when you're looking at what we expected and what we were talking about right before the game and stuff like that, you know what I mean, the way we've been playing, a win does feel good, man. I appreciate them actually doing the thing. Watching the game was too bad. A couple plays were really, really questionable, man. We'll get into it a little bit. I wasn't too happy with the win. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to shit on the win, but there was a lot of things that we looked at that I seen. A lot of things that other people would text me. Shout out Myra, shout out my homie Vinny. He's a Tennessee Titans fan, and a couple other content creators, man. It wasn't really that big of a deal. Like it wasn't like a great win. Like we weren't like, blowing them out the water. Yeah, we had them, 17-0 at the half, but still though, it wasn't great, man. It wasn't great. But shout out to them, pulling off the dub and stuff like that. Some of the stats really, really, got me going and stuff like that. Cause I know we only got one yard extra, compared to them and stuff like that. And it was was one of those things, man. So I'm gonna get into the chat, man. We'll get into it. And I got Pete's conference right now going on. So we'll maybe take a listen to that and see what's up. But we'll get back into it. First person in the building, Alfredo Marquez, man. Super Bowl. We're Super Bowl bound. Hell no. We still need a lot of work, man. A lot of work. Alfredo was saying go Raiders and stuff like that. Benio, what's up, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully you're having a good one. Damn, We're one block field goal away from being 3-3. Biggs, you ain't lying about that, bro. Yeah. You know, it would have been an ugly 3-3 win, bro. I mean, 3-3, 3-4 team. But yeah, man. After watching the game last night, it's gonna be a long one, man. It's gonna be a long one. Biggs, we won, but Gina still sucks, man. You ain't lying. Coach Gravy ain't gonna be able to make it today. I don't know where Gabe's at, but salute, man. Salute to you, Grell. We got that dub before we got off Call of Duty. 24-13 Queefs. Let's go, bro. Salute to you, brother. All right, let's see right here. Any given Sunday, yeah, you ain't lying, bro. Yes, sir. So we made them fire. We made them fire the coach. Titans. Oh shit! Wow, I didn't even know that. Gino doesn't throw interceptions. We have a better chance of winning, man. You ain't even lying about that. But I'm just gonna go over some of the stats, man. Total yards, man, for Titans. They had 225. We had 226, which wasn't really that big of a deal. One of the things that I was tripping out on, third quarter. And actually, we started moving the ball once we got the ball back. Geno Smith was like, I believe, like 10 of 13 or 10 of 14, something like that. And he only had 79 yards, bro. 79 yards, dude. I was tripping out on that, dude. I was like, what the hell's going on with that? But yeah, 79 yards, and he didn't have the interception yet, and he did have that delayed touchdown pass to Mayer right before the half. Passing yards, they had more passing yards. Cam Ward had more passing yards than Geno Smith, man. That shit is crazy. It was like that Spider-Man meme, like they were pointing back at each other. Cam Ward and Geno Smith are the same level of quarterback. To me, it was mediocre, man. It was like watching a high school. I'm pretty sure I would have got more enjoyment of watching a high school football game than anything. They look pretty fucking bad out there, bro. Shout out Devin White, though. Devin White was all over the field, man. He was, Devin White started to become that guy, but this was probably a good tune-up game for him, a good, confidence booster. You know what I mean? But the secondary was still giving up a bunch of plays. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. But, yeah, Max Crosby, there was a couple plays where I seen Max Crosby, bro. He was just, like, on the other side of the field, like, lost. It was crazy. But the rushing yards, it was 65 to 68, man. Jeanty had averaged 3.3, I believe, rushing, but he did get a touchdown. And, the offensive line was still bad. Simmons on the Titans, man. If we can get Simmons, bro, that will lock up our defensive line, maybe help some of the secondary out. But, yeah, it was pretty bad. So average yard per play, man, was they had 3.8. We have 4.0, man. That was crazy. This game was very, very evenly matched. A lot of the Titans point scores. I apologize. A lot of the Titans yards and the scores as well was garbage time. It was going into the fourth quarter and stuff like that. I think they scored 3 points by the end of the third quarter and scored that touchdown towards sometime the middle of the fourth quarter. But yeah, man. First downs, we have 16. They have 14. Third down efficiency, bro. Efficiency. They were 3 of 13. We were 6 of 13, bro. 6 of 13. That's crazy. Though those numbers are insane. We had 2 less plays than them. We did have 6 sacks. I didn't check the stats, but I think Lelolu is I think he's up there with some of the sack leaders, bro. It's crazy. One of the guys that a lot of people weren't even tripping out. A lot of people that were, kind of like leaving him out, thinking that Butler was going to have a good year. Butler ain't doing nothing neither. Kuntz wasn't around at all neither. Michael Guerrero, ouch. Raider Paul, what's up, bro? Salute to you, brother. So, Kev, what's up, man? Lolo going rogue. Nah, man, nobody showed up. Gravy's doing his thing. And Gabe was supposed to pull up, but you know what I mean? He's probably running around doing some shit. I had the day off today, so I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's do it. But going back to the sacks, man, we had 6 sacks. And let me go to player stats. Let me see who had the most sacks for the Raiders real quick. Defense. Okay, so Max Crosby had 2 sacks. Lelolu had 1, and Devin White had that one, that strip sack fumble, which was pretty dope. Going back to the team stats. We had 5. We had 4 punts. They had 5. We only had like 6 penalties for 27 yards. That's awkward, but okay, cool. No fumbles. They had 2 fumbles, one interception thrown, and like always, Gino has to put up one of those interceptions, man, and he did it. He did it. Jason Downs, low. What's up, Solo? It's good that you that that's what made Michael Jackson. Yeah, but he's been doing that shit for years, bro. I like Little Michael. Anyways, time possession, man, was 32. We had 32 minutes on the board, and they had 27. So that really just shows up. They scored. They got as many yards as us with the extra 5 minutes, man. So player stats, just going over that real quick. Gino was 17 for 23, 174, one touchdown, and one interception. Like I said, Jeanty got 75 yards at 3.3 with the one touchdown. Gino got negative, and so did Raheem Mostert got negative. Sosa, what's up, bro? Salute to you, brother. Hopefully you're having a good one. All we need to do is draft a future quarterback. Super Bowl, here we come. Yeah, we're way far from that. But Jason Downs, we got a Titans coach fired. Shit. Yeah, me and Mike were talking about this earlier too. Gino only had one pass over 10 yards, bro. But I mean, even if you're trying to be efficient with those little zone drops, where like, Tucker had a few of them, catches in, to get into that soft zone or whatever. We're not doing that. Yeah. Like I said, it looked pretty bad, bro. Yeah, Tucker had 5 for 70, which wasn't bad. Michael Mayer had 5 for 50 with one touchdown. Jacoby had 4 catches for 39. So Ashton Jeanty had 2 out of the backfield for 5.5. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, Kukev, what's happening? Oh, have you seen Raider Paul? His pops cost us the Super Bowl. Shit. Chewy, what's good, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully you're having a good one. A couple people in the building. Marcus, what's up, bro? Salute. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. Devin Booker really didn't do much. Lobby got 2. He averaged 28 yards per reception. Punt returns. Ali Bogman put up with some numbers. And Daniel Carson went 2 for 2. Longest was 50. And AJ Cole, he just did his punting thing and stuff like that. Hold on quick. All right. So shit, who's all in the building? Everyone's showing love. We don't suck, Lo. Gino sucks. Shit. Man, bro, come on, bro. Come on, Paul. We gotta be realistic, bro. Next week is gonna be harsh. I'm thankful for the win. Don't get me wrong, but when Vegas said that we were gonna end up only winning 4 or 5 games, 5 being the upside, man, you ain't lying, bro. Marcus, sorry about your Titans lost, but damn, our teams are sucking. Yeah, they're both. My buddy hit me up when we were texting back and forth to the game. He said, "Yeah, we gave you guys the game," and I was like, "Yeah, so you guys gave it to us like a pregnant prom date, bro. Like that shit ain't even fucking." Shoo, you're at City Lights, man. You better get your ass up over there. Are they even open? Gravy and Gabe Hoop. Thanks, man. Chewy's much respect, brother. All right, shit. Yeah, Chewy be doing some shit too. So man, make sure you guys get over there, go subscribe to him. Pena put his YouTube link in the chat. Grab that. But yeah, man. I haven't listened to what Pete said, but I'm gonna go to present it real quick, show you guys what's up, and we'll see let's see what this guy has to say. Let's go window. I'm gonna go this one. Sure. All right. Shut up. Let me know if you guys can hear it. Oh, what the hell? Oh, okay. Hold on real quick. Gotta fix that again real quick. See real quick. Try to do this one more time. Share screen. Go window. Oh, there we go. What the hell's going on? Oh. Never done this before, so on my new system. So let me try it real quick. Share screen. There we go. Window. All right, there we go.
Jonah had a couple terrific pursuit plays, and Kai Blue had a couple great containments on the edge when they're trying to get the ball around us, and it showed the
Should be able to
intensity
go
of
right
guys
now.
flying. I think Jeremy had a really good play too on a perimeter play. When you can discourage those, then okay, you eliminate part of the game, and we did it just with effort. I think the other side of it too was, I thought Ashton ran really hard again. And he's a physical presence when you're in playing him. He's going to break tackles. He's going to bounce off. Is he breaking more tackles than anybody? Is that stat still there? Yeah. Well, that's a statement, and it's a style that we want to stand for. And it's pretty clear. You can go back and you can see this is something that we've always tried to develop in our guys and our team. And so that jumped out at me. I thought Ashton's in the running game attitude was there, and then what happened on the other side was, effort-wise, was really good on defense.
There's more Jack Besh yesterday as opposed to Dante Thornton. And Dante's usage, was that kind of more what the game plan was against that particular team, or?
Yes, obviously it was. That's what we did, Jack didn't get any balls, but he played a bunch of plays, and we ran the ball a lot, and he was involved in some of that. And it wasn't in any plan to keep Dante from not playing. It's just kind of the way the rotation went.
Talk about running the ball. Ashton, I noticed, had a lot of really good ones on the outside or going to the right side with Jackson and DJ. Can you just talk about how much you've seen them grow on that right side and what you like from them?
Yeah, we did get the ball out on the perimeter pretty well, and you can see how it's kind of easy for Ashton when he gets out there to make 8-10 yards. He can get it almost with every opportunity. Not always does the guy just miss the tackle, but it's hard to get him down. And those guys getting him out and making the edge for him, and the receivers blocking to help us out, all of that took place.
Turnovers and pressure has been something that's been an emphasis lately, and was able to get it yesterday. How big is that, not just for the game and the win, but moving forward for those defensive?
Well, it is what we've been selling, that we're going to play like, and so it was good to be ahead in the game, and they forced the issue a little bit, and play calling was such that we could take advantage of the opportunities, and the guys really executed really well. We were very clean on defense yesterday, assignment-wise, principles, containment, those big issues were really dealt with in good fashion, and so it gives you a chance to play good. Stayed on top of the deep ball really well, kept them from making any explosive plays to speak of, and all that fits together.
How valuable is taking a win into Kansas City now?
Say that again.
How valuable is it taking a win into Kansas City, and whether just from a middle standpoint?
Well, it's always really valuable. I mean, yeah, it's positive and it feels good and all that. It happens to be Kansas City that's next, and so we'll do everything we can to prepare and come off this game clear-minded and really drilled into the challenge that they bring. It's a tremendous program that Andy's been running for a long time, and we're gonna have to play really well to have a chance. But if we prepare well, we'll have a chance, and that's all we can ask for.
You were hopeful about Brock Bowers last week. Does that increase a little bit?
I don't know that. I mean, I'm hopeful, yeah. But we're looking after him. There's a big bye coming up and all that kind of stuff. The next week, a couple weeks you'd get, before you have to come back. So I can't tell you. I'm optimistic always, but that doesn't mean we're getting them back. So you look the long haul of it. It might be best, to just guarantee that he's full speed and back. So we'll see how we handle that.
Pete, I was wondering, how is Aiden O'Connell progressing as well as
Oh shit, Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, both those guys are doing great. They're in their rehab. They both have beautiful attitudes about it. Lonnie's been battling. He's trying to get back now, and so it's kind of the same format of this week coming up, and the next week off. It gives these guys a real chance to guarantee it and maximize their return opportunity. So, but they're doing well. Aiden's throwing the ball, Lonnie's on the field running, and it's just a matter of this week, next week kind of thing. So we're in good shape on those guys.
Going on the back end of talking about Rock, when you look at a player like Michael Mayer over these last 3 weeks, and especially the game he had yesterday, do you see him as being more invaluable than you ever would have thought? Now at this point.
Well, no, he showed us. He's shown us that, through camp and all that. And Mike's had a great run since we've been here. I mean, he's looked terrific. And when he and Brock are out there and he filling in, those guys, it's a great group. For Mike to come back and catch 5 or 6 balls, whatever it was yesterday, and score, and a couple of big third down wins and all that, that's what he's been doing. So you can see how hopeful we are for when Brock returns. Brock's one of our very best players, and it'll make a difference. But Mike's doing everything that we could hope for right now, and so I don't think that game was any. We've already been really high on him.
Your thought process on the left side of your offensive line, how you thought they played and how they.
Well, it was your Stone's got a challenge. He's been a backup for a while. He started a handful of games, a dozen games or something like that, whatever it is, and so he's got to just keep going. And keep battling. We got to keep helping him properly, and he really gives you everything he's got, preparation wise, smarts wise, technique wise. He's stepping and kicking the way you're supposed to, and he's got to survive it. It's hard. And look, there was a portion in the game where the pass rush really all of a sudden was a big deal, and then we put it to rest. In the second half, we didn't have to. It wasn't a factor much, but there was a spurt in there where they were really hot, and we were struggling a little bit, and we didn't give up a sack in the second half. So
It appeared to me Jordan had really improved and had a better game also. Did you see that on film?
He was really solid. He's been solid throughout. There's times he gets in situations with enormous guys, and sometimes he's battling up against it. But most of that is we have to be right. Be really precise about the way we help each other and our footwork and all that, so we don't create the little voids in there that can give guys penetration opportunities. But he's doing really well. He's a really solid player for us.
Pete, it's been USC plays Notre Dame this week, and it's been 20 years since the Bush push. I was wondering, do you have any?
Really?
What do you remember from that game? Do you have any,
Oh man, I remember a lot from that game. Yeah. I've never talked to you guys about this before.
No.
Come on. Okay. What the heck? We got a couple minutes here, right, Will? Well, that game in particular was one when their head coach really went for it. Because
Can you guys still hear it?
We've been winning games for I don't know how long, but for a while, and so this is the stories I heard is that they sold out the night before the game, on their the rally that they had, and they brought Joe Montana back, and Rudy came back to speak to the crowd, and guy dressed up as Jesus showed up, to try to bring home the power. The grass was about this high, and they wore the green jersey. They broke out the green jerseys. The place was berserk, and they had a great crowd that night, and it was a really tight game going back and forth. And in our final drive, we got down to I think it was it might have been 4th and 9 or something like that, and we called a Y option play. We're gonna throw the tight end to see if we can get the first down, and we had called timeout, and Lane was upstairs and Sark was with me on the sidelines, and as we're talking to Leinert and telling him, okay, here it is, we're going Y option, and as he started.
All right, I'm not trying to hear nothing about SC. We're talking about Raiders ball, man. He's talking about some old shit, and that's kind of like where I think me personally, but the way I feel about it, bro, is I'm supporting my team no matter what, but this old way of winning and stuff like that, we're barely even winning, man. So shout out my opinion. He says right here, does anyone think we played a solid game against Titans? I'm going to say no. Offensively, we look fucking horrible. We have a number one running back, and he got fucking 3.3 yards. The offensive line's banged up, obviously, with Colton Miller out and stuff. So, yeah, I'm not too happy. I mean, I'm gonna take the win. A win is a win, bro. So, but for me, man, it wasn't what I wanted to see. I seen, like, if we bat, like, there's certain teams that I'm not gonna just say what teams, but there's certain teams that I see. Like, let's talk about. Well, I'm just bringing it up. The Tampa Bay against the Niners. That game was crazy. That was like they were battling back and forth. People look like they're flying around the ball. Don't look stagnant. You know what I mean? Everybody was pushing the ball. Like it was a good team, a good game, bro. That's what I want to see. I want to see a good fucking game. All the games that we've lost, you know what I mean, have been like basically Geno's fault. You know, defense is not doing certain things, especially in that fourth quarter with Chicago. Not trying to go back because we can't change it up. The defense just looks soft. It looked soft again last week too. I mean, yesterday too in the fourth quarter. It just seems like they're not providing no pressure, not doing anything, man. And for me, always gonna be a Raider fan, man. But this is bad. This is gonna be bad. I think Gravy's rubbing off on him, man. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got. I thought Gabe was gonna be able to show up, but you know what I mean. And I know Gabe has his opinion. So does Gravy. So you'll probably see him later on this week. Hopefully, we'll be on sometime this week. If not, you'll see us on Sunday, man. But yeah, we're 2-4, man. Going into Kansas City, it's gonna be pretty interesting. We'll talk a little bit about it more moving up this week. So appreciate you guys for pulling up, man. You guys have a good one. And like we always finish the show on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Raiders. All right, man. You guys have a good week. We'll see you soon. Peace.